Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. And we're going to continue with our Strat-O-Matic Baseball Card and Dice 1964 World Series Yankees versus the Cardinals Game 2. We're playing basic Strat-O-Matic. And in tonight's matchup, it'll be the New York Yankees and Mel Stottlemyre, 9-3 with an earned run average 2.06. Taking on the St. Louis Cardinals and Bob Gibson, 19-12 with an ERA 3.01. Game 2 of our World Series Retro Replay. If you didn't see Game 1, the Cardinals are up 1-0. It was a thriller. Tim McCarver with a walk-off single in the bottom of the ninth after Roger Maris threw out, I believe it was Julian Javier, the pinch runner, at the plate. Yes, it was. In the bottom of the ninth. McCarver would then come up and single in Billy White from second base, and the Cardinals would win 2-1. Pete Mickelson got the loss for the Yankees out of the pen. Barney Schultz blew the save but got the win for the Cardinals out of the pen. The starters, Whitey Ford and Ray Sadecki, pitched beautifully but had no decisions. So we're on to Game 2. Let's roll some dice and play some Strat Basic Baseball. We have Sports Time Machine, that's Mr. Utah Mike. Check out that wonderful channel. And Bobby Cantillano, both at the ballpark. Please check out her Facebook page and her YouTube channel. All right, here we go. Here are the starting lineups. Oh boy, I just did a boxing match. Maybe this was a bad idea. Let's see how long the voice holds up. Bruins just lost in overtime. I can't sleep. They lost 3-2 to the Blues. Caught the end of that game. All right, for the starting lineup for the 64 Yankees, Lintz will lead off, play shortstop. Richardson's at second, batting second. Maris is in center field, batting third. Mantle is in right, batting fourth. Batting fifth, doing the catching, is Howard. Joe Pepitone moves up a slot from yesterday's game. He's playing first, batting sixth. Tresh moves down a slot to seventh. He's in left field. Cleet Boyer is at third, brother of Ken Boyer, the MVP of 1964, who plays for the Cardinals. And batting ninth on the mound, Mel Stottlemyre. His pitcher-hitter card is a number 3. For the Cardinals, their starting lineup, Curt Flood's in center, followed by Lou Brock in left. Batting third, Bill White, the first baseman. Batting fourth, the MVP of the National League, the third baseman, Ken Boyer. Batting fifth is Dick Grote. He drops down from the 3 spot as White moved into the 3 spot. Tim McCarver, the hero with the walk-off hit in Game 1, bats sixth. He's doing the catching. Mike Shannon, batting seventh in right field. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Dal Maxwell, in for the injured Julian Javier. And batting ninth on the mound, Bob Gibson. And Jerry Mathers as the Beaver. Ken Castro, sports writer extraordinaire, is at the ballpark. Hope all is well, Ken, who hails from the great state of Rhode Island. So here we go. It's Phil Lintz to lead things off. His shortstop led to disaster in the bottom of the ninth for the Yankees. Gibby's on the mound, 19-12 with a 3.01 ERA, striking out 245. He did give up 25 gopher balls in 287 innings pitched, allowing 77 walks and 250 hits. Here's Lintz, 250 with 5 homers. Here's the pitch from Gibson to Lintz, and that is a 2. Find your pen now. That's a 2-7 off the Lintz card. 2-7. Swing and a miss. So Lintz goes down via the K, something Gibson's very familiar with, and that's 1 out. Striding to the plate, second baseman Bobby Richardson. Richardson batted .267 with 4 homers. Gibson nods his head. McCarver sets the target. Here's the pitch to Richardson. 4-8. 4-8 off the Gibson card. 4-8. Another strikeout. Swing and a miss. Gibson, 2 up, 2 down via the K. Here comes the number 3 batter, Roger Maris. In 1964 for the Yankees, .281 with 26 homers. Gibson looking to strike out the side. The windup and the pitch to Roger Maris. 2-8. 2-8 to Roger Maris. And he jammed him, popped up. Outfield grass. Going out is Maxville. And he makes the catch. And the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Yankees. When next the Yankees come up, it'll be Mickey Mantle. Due up for the Cardinals, Flood, Brock, and White to face Mel Stottlemyre. At the ballpark, we see W. Vogs 18. Check out that great card collecting channel. Todd B. Thank you very much. What's Blazing in Sports is back. Check out that wonderful boxing channel. The best on YouTube. So many wonderful illuminaries in the chat. Check them all out. Please sub one another. Please subscribe. Please check out one another's videos. Share and hit those like buttons. All right, here's Curt Flood to face Mel Stottlemyre. 9-3 with a 2.06 earned run average in 96 innings. Gave up 3 homers, struck out 49, walked 32, and gave up 77 hits. Here's Curt Flood, 3-11 in 64 with 5 homers, 3 triples, and 25 doubles. Stottlemyre looks in at Elston Howard, nods his head. Here's the pitch to Flood. 4-5 off the Stottlemyre card. 4-5 ground ball to second, moving to his left, backhanding it is Richardson. He throws to Pepitone at first, 1 down. Scoring at home, 4-3, and he should score at home. It's good for the brain. That'll bring up the speedy Lou Brock. You want to keep him off the base paths. A single or a walk could turn into a triple. He's a double-A base stealer. Brock, .315 with 14 home runs. Alrighty, hopefully we're back in business. Can you hear me? Yes. So my Turtle, whatever the hell they're called, headset loves to auto shutdown because it's a pain in the ass. Alright, so we're back after some slight technical difficulties. And here's Lou Brock. 1 out. The pitch from Stottlemyre to Lou Brock. 1-7. 1-7 off the Brock card, and that's a single to center. So Brock is on. A very dangerous base stealer. Double-A. Elston Howard, a 1 defender as a catcher, is a -4 on the hold. Brock, a double-A base stealer, 1 through 17. -4 makes it 1 through 13. And again, can the chat hear me? Hopefully you can. It says that you can hear me, but who knows with my crazy headset. Alrighty. Brock, 1 through 13 to steal second. But here comes Bill White, who batted .303 with 21 homers. Brock's going to stay put for the moment. Stottlemyre peeks over as Pepitone's holding Brock on. Here's the pitch to Bill White. 6-8 off the Stottlemyre card. 6-8 line shot to the leaping Cleet Boyer at third. So Cleet Boyer, brother of Ken, robs Bill White of extra bases. Great play by Cleet. It's a line out 5. So 2 outs. Brock will be off on contact So it'll be -1. They're still holding him for advancement +2, so he'll go to a 1 through 18 base runner. Here's Kenny Boyer, MVP of the National League in 64, 295, 24 homers, 10 triples, and 30 doubles. He awaits the Mel Stottlemyre offering. Here's the pitch to Ken Boyer. 3-9 off the Boyer card. 3-9, fly ball deep to center. Maris on his horse, racing back, makes the catch at the track, and the side is retired. Go to the top of the second, scoreless here in Game 2 of the 1964 World Series Retro Replay using Basic Strat. When next the Cardinals come up, Dick Groat will be at the plate. Due up for the Yankees, Mantle, Howard, and Joe Pepitone. To face Bob Gibson, who struck out 2 of the 3 Yankees he faced in the top of the first. Todd B says, Cletus! Here's Mickey Mantle, 303, 35 homers. Gibson's ready to work. He deals to the Mick, 2-6, 2-6 to Mantle. Off the Mantle card, 2-6, swing and a miss! Gibson has struck out 3. Gibson is in the zone. Now bring up Elston Howard, the Yankee catcher, 313 with 15 home runs. Gibson nods his head. McCarver sets the target. Here's the pitch to McCarver's counterpart, Elston Howard. 3-7. 3-7 off the Howard card. Fly ball, left field. Going back, but it's going to hang up there. Howard got under it. Making the catch in left is Brock, 2 down. So 2 outs, base is empty. Joe Pepitone strides the plate. He had a tough Game 1. I don't think it's going to get any better, most likely, with Bob Gibson on the mound. Pepitone, 251, 28 homers. He awaits the Gibson offering. Pitch, homer, and bound to Joe Pepitone. That's a 1-3. What will it be? We shall see off the Pepitone card. 1-3. Ground ball to second. Up with it is Maxville. Over to White. And the Yankees are retired. 6 up, 6 down. We go to the bottom of the second. Still scoreless here in St. Louis. When the Yankees come up, Tom Tresh will lead things off. The Cardinals will send Groat, McCarver, and Shannon to the plate in the bottom of the second of this scoreless ball game. Todd B asks, I need someone to walk me through on how to get my Strat game and seasons over to another computer someday. You copy the files somehow. I need a YouTube video. We'll have to talk with Uncle Ron and Devin, because Strat's a pain in the ass to try to bring the whole. They have their. You should, once you bring the game over, it's easy enough to copy. I think you got to copy the files over, but we'll have to figure that out. So why don't you leave a message, Todd B. Todd, you are in the Discord, correct? Mr. Utah Mike from Sports Time Machine says, not too hard. You and I will Discord chat, my friend, and do this. Thank you very much, Mr. Utah Mike. That is what the FOC is about. Friends of the channel, friends of the community. And if you're not a member of Discord and you want to join, please tell us so. We will send you a link, pending my approval. But as long as you're a good bloke, you'll be approved. All right, so here comes Tom Tresh. Here comes Dick Groat, bottom of the second. Groat, 292 with a homer. Stottlemyre is ready to work. He deals to Groat. 2-9 off the Groat card. 2-9, ground ball to third. Cleat Boyer fires to Pepitone, 1 away. So the hero of Game 1, Tim McCarver, steps to the plate. He had the game-winning single that scored White. And the Cardinals won 2-1 in the bottom of the ninth. Lintz's error definitely didn't help the Yankees. McCarver, 288, 9 homers. Stottlemyre looks in, picks up the sign from Howard. Here's the pitch to McCarver. 3-6. Threes across the board. 3-6 off the McCarver card. And that's a single! So Tim McCarver's hot hitting continues. A 1-out single for the Cardinal catcher. He's an E Steeler 1-11 runner. They're not holding him on. They'll play behind him, hoping for the double play. That'll bring up Mike Shannon with 1 out. Right fielder. 261 with 9 homers in 64. Yankees pinch the middle with Lintz and Richardson. Here's the plate. Here at the plate is Shannon. Pitch homeward bound. 5-8 off the Strat-O-Matic card. 5-8. Fly ball right field. Shannon got under it. Mantle going back. In front of the track makes the catch. 2 away. McCarver will be off on contact. That's a +2. And now they'll bring up Dal Maxville. They're going to hold McCarver on now to make it a +1. 1-12. Here's Dal Maxville playing for the injured Julian Javier. 231, no homers, and 26 at-bats. He did knock in a run in Game 1. Stottlemyre takes a quick peek to first. Now looks in at the plate. Nods his head. He kicks and deals to Dal Maxville. 3-12 off the Maxville card. 3-12. Line shot to the leaping Boyer at third. And the side is retired. The second great play by Clete Boyer. His brother might be better with the bat, but Clete is an equal to his brother with the glove at the hot corner. As he does it again. We go to the top of the third. No score here in St. Louis. Game 2 of the 64 World Series Retro Replay. Cardinals lead the series 1-0. As they had a walk-off game-winning hit by Tim McCarver in Game 1. Won it 2-1. When the Cardinals come up, it will be Bob Gibson at the plate. In other words, his pitcher's hitter card. Due up for the Yankees, Tresh, Boyer, and Mel Stottlemyre. Bob Gibson has faced 6 Yankees, struck out 3, retired all 6. Yankees do not have a hit yet. Here's Tom Tresh playing left field, 246 with 16 homers. Gibson deals quickly to Tresh. 3-8 to Tom Tresh. 3-8 and a 13. Tresh crushes that fastball. Center field. And Flood will not get there as it's over his head. And standing at second with a leadoff double is Tom Tresh. So the Yankees get their first hit. Tresh is in scoring position with a double. Clete Boyer comes up. He's not going to bunt because Stottlemyre's on deck, the pitcher. So Boyer, the 218 batter, did have 8 homers in 64. Has a chance to give the Yankees a lead. Gibson. They will hold Tresh close at second. Gibson deals to Boyer. 6-7 off the Gibson card. 6-7 ground ball to second. At worst, this does advance Tresh to third, I would think. So that is a ground ball to Maxville. Maxville's defensive rating for the Cardinals is a 3, and we rolled a 5. This might get past him. Nope, Maxville has it. His only play is to first, as there's no double play on that. Advancing to third is Tresh. So a good piece of professional hitting by Clete Boyer. He advances Tresh to third with 1 out, but here comes Mel Stottlemyre. Will they go with a squeeze play? Batter beats out, so a successful squeeze play. $50-50 it looks like. So it's 50-50. We might have to go squeeze play here as Stottlemyre's card. He's a 3 pitchers hitting card. Lots of strikeouts. The 1 column's not bad. But I think a 50-50 on a squeeze. 2 through 4, batter beats it out. Runner advances. 5 and 6, batter's thrown out, runner advances. 7, batter pops out. Batter is safe. So we're talking 50-50 shot. It's a squeeze play. Here's the pitch. Here comes Tresh down the line. Stottlemyre squares. And it's a 7. It is a 7. The ball is popped up. Tresh, it's popped up high enough that Tresh quickly scrambles back. Making the catch is McCarver. And Stottlemyre, as Gibson came in high and tight to his counterpart, on the squeeze, Stottlemyre pops out to McCarver. Tresh quickly gets back. Yankees were very lucky there as the ball got popped up high enough. Tresh, like a cartoon character, just turned tail and hauled back to third. So 2 outs. Tresh is at third. Top of the order, Phil Lintz. He would like to make amends for his horrific error in the bottom of the 9th that cost the Yankees the game. He struck out against Gibson his first time up. 2 outs. Top of the 3rd. Tresh at third. No score. Here's the pitch to Phil Lintz. 5-11. 5-11 off the Gibson card. 5-11. Ground ball to first. Snaring it is White. He takes it to the bag himself, and the side is retired. Great job by Gibby. The Yankees strand Tresh at third. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, still scoreless here in St. Louis. Game 2 of our retro replay 1964 World Series. As Lintz grounds out to White. When next the Yankees come up, it'll be the second baseman, Bobby Richardson. Due up for the Cardinals, Gibson, Flood, and Brock. As Mel Stottlemyre goes back up on the bump for the Yankees. Scoreless, bottom of the 3rd. He'll face his counterpart, Bob Gibson. His hitter card is a number 2. Here's the pitch from Stottlemyre to Gibby. And that's a 6-5, 6-5. Single off the Stottlemyre card. Bob Gibson singles off his counterpart. So Bob Gibson's on. 1 through 10 base runner E. Steeler. They will not hold Gibson. So Bob Gibson is on. He singles a 6-5 off the Stottlemyre card. Clean single. As he was sitting dead red. Stottlemyre challenged him. Maybe should have went with a curve instead, but he challenged him. Here comes Curt Flood. Flood grounded to second. He's going to swing away here. Should we put Gibby in motion? Hit and run in basic. Again, 2 through 6 is success, but we're going to let Flood swing away. Gibson at first. The windup and the pitch to Flood from Stottlemyre. And that is a 3-7, 3-7. Hard hit ball to short. Lintz to Richardson to Pepitone. Double play. 6-4 to 3. So it's 6-4 to 3. Double play. Gibson is erased from the base paths. 2 outs. And now bring up Lou Brock with the bases empty. No score, bottom of the 3rd. Game 2 of our 1964 retro replay in the World Series. Brock singled. Stottlemyre nods his head. McCarver sets the target. Pitch to Brock. 3-8 off the Brock card. 3-8. And another single for Lou Brock. Bouncing ball up the middle into center. So with 2 outs, Brock's at first. Double-A base stealer. -4 on the hold for Howard as he's a 1 defender. So that's 1 through 13. They're going to send Brock. And it's a 14! Howard throws him out as the tag is applied by Lintz and the side is retired. The Cardinals roll the dice and come up craps. Great throw by Elston Howard. As that goes 2-6. Out stealing. Top of the fourth, still scoreless here in St. Louis. When next the Cardinals come up, it'll be Bill White, who was at the plate when Brock was thrown out. Due up for the Yankees, Richardson, Maris, and Mantle. Richardson was a strikeout victim to Bob Gibson. Gibson struck out 3. He's only given up 1 hit, the double to Tresh, who was stranded at third in the last inning. Gibson, he's ready to work. McCarver sets the target. Here's the pitch to Bobby Richardson. 3-6 off the Richardson card. 3-6 single. So Richardson singles to left center. And he is on. So Richardson's at first. A B stealer. 1 through 14 base runner. They will hold him on. Here comes Roger Maris. Maris popped out to Maxwell to end the top of the first. Gibson peeks to first. White's holding on Richardson. Now he kicks and fires towards the plate. Maris, 3-9 off the Maris card. 3-9. That ball's hit to first. Ground ball B. The batter is, they'll throw the batter out at first. No, they get the force at second. So White throws to Grote. They get the force at second. Safe at first on the fielder's choice is Maris. So Richardson is erased. 3-6. He's out. Maris on the fielder's choice is at first. So 1 out. Maris at first. Yes, because a C, you get the runner at first and the other runner advances. B, you get the lead runner. All right, here comes Mickey Mantle, 1 out. Second portion of the M&M boys. 35 homers in 64. He prepares to do battle with Bob Gibson. Gibby kicks and deals to the Mick. 6-3, what will it be? We shall see. 6-3 fly ball out to right field. And Shannon is a 2 defender in right. And that's a 9. He should make this play. A 2 and a 9. He won't get there. It will be a double. Wow. A 2 and a 9 is a double. Runner advances 2 bases. So the fielder's choice was huge. Going first to third is Maris. And Mickey Mantle has his 3rd double of the series. As Shannon made a dive at it. Smothered it. But did not catch it. So second and third with 1 out. Here come the Yankees. They'd like to score more than 1 run. They only scored 1 in game 1. And here's Elston Howard. Howard flew to left. Second and third, 1 out. On deck is Pepitone. Gibson needs a strikeout here. He rocks and fires to Elston Howard. 4-6 off the Gibson card. 4-6, 13, single! 2 stars. 2 runs will score. Maris trots in from third. Mantle races around third from second to home as he is waved around, and it's 2-0 Yankees. And Elston Howard has 2 ribbies. So 2-0 Yankees as Maris and Mantle score. And that will bring up Joe Pepitone, who's 0 for 1. Gibson looking for the double play ball. He deals to Pepitone. 5-10 to Joe Pepitone off the Gibson card. 5-10. Fly ball center field. That's not deep enough. Flood goes back a bit. Makes the catch. Retreating back to first is Howard. 2 down. And here's Tom Tresh, the left fielder. Howard's not being held on, but actually now they'll hold him on. So he's only a +1, makes it a 1 through 10 base runner. Tresh, the left fielder, doubled but was stranded at third in the third. He awaits the Gibson offering. Pitch homeward bound to Tresh. 2-9. 2-9 off the Tresh card. 2-9. Ground ball to short. Grote has it. Fires to White, and the side is retired. But the Yankees get 2 on the 1-out single that knocked in Maris and Mantle by Elston Howard. Go to the bottom of the 4th. 2-0 Yankees as they break out first onto the wild side. When next the Yankees come up, it'll be Cleet Boyer to lead things off. Howard quickly goes back to put the catching gear on. Due up for the Cardinals, White, Boyer, and Grote. Cardinals down by 2. They lead the series 1-0. They took game 1, 2-1 with a walk-off hit in the bottom of the 9th by Tim McCarver, helped out tremendously by the error by Lentz at short for the Yankees. White lined out to Cleet Boyer, who made a great play to rob him of extra bases. Looking for a better result here. He awaits the Stottlemyre delivery. Pitch homeward bound. 1-10, 1-10 to Bill White. 1-10. Boom goes the ball, and Billy White will touch them all. A clean homer off his 1 column, a 1-10. White crushes this ball right center field, and he will trot around the bases to the joy of the Cardinals fans. So the Cardinals, the Redbirds, get 1 back on the solo blast by Billy White. Moved up to the 3 spot in the lineup by the manager. So a 1-10, a clean homer off the White card. Remember, he had 21 homers in 64. The Cardinals cut the lead in half. The Yankees don't deal with prosperity too well. And here comes Ken Boyer. Will the Cardinals go back-to-back jacks? Kenny Boyer flew to center. Stottlemyre takes a deep breath. He rocks and fires to Ken Boyer. 5-9 off the Stottlemyre card. 5-9. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. So 1 out. 2-1 ball game. Crowd still abuzz by the Bill White blast. And here comes the shortstop, Dick Grote. He grounded to third. Stottlemyre picks up the sign from Howard. The windup and the pitch to Grote. 5-12. 5-12 fly ball to right. Coming in is Mantle. He makes the catch. 2 down. So 2 outs, base is empty. The hero of game 1, Tim McCarver. He singled in his first at-bat. Here's the pitch to McCarver. 3-6 off the McCarver card. 3-6. And another single for the hot-hitting catcher. Tying run at first, Tim McCarver. 1 through 11 base runner. Base stealer, but they're going to hold him on with 2 outs. And here's Mike Shannon. Shannon flew out to Mantle and right. McCarver takes his lead. Stottlemyre takes a quick peek. Now looks in at the plate. Picks up the sign. He kicks and fires to Shannon. 4-9 off the Stottlemyre card. 4-9. Ground ball to short. And there's that man again, Phil Lentz. His defensive rating at short is a 3, and that's a 17. Will Lentz make the play? He should. 3-17. He has it. Fires to Pepitone at first, and the side is retired. But the Cardinals get 1 back on the solo blast by the first baseman, Billy White. We go to the top of the 5th, 2-1 Yankees. When next the Cardinals come up, it'll be Dal Maxville. Due up for the Yankees, Cleet Boyer, Mel Stottlemyre, and the top of the order, Phil Lintz. Tribes fan 879 is at the ballpark. He says, doing well. Finished game 117, one more versus the Royals, then a 2-game series at Atlanta. Ken Castro says, nice, Trab. That's cool. Todd B. always liked Tim McCarver as a broadcaster. I did too. I didn't mind him. I liked the Mets broadcasting. It was McCarver and the former Pirate. Jesus, I can see him. But power hitter. Ralph Kiner. I liked Ralph Kiner also. And they had another gentleman. They had a wonderful broadcasting crew. Meet the Mets. Greet the Mets. Used to like that. All right, here's Cleet Boyer 0 for 1. Gibson needs to keep it a 1-run deficit. He deals to Boyer 6-4. Will Gibson shut the door on the 6-4? 6-4 fly ball left field. Brock is there. 1 down. So Boyer flies out to Brock. Now I'll bring up Mel Stottlemyre, whose attempted squeeze play. He popped it out to McCarver. Luckily, Trish got back to third. No double play. He has a hitter's card of a 3. He wants the 1 column, or off the Gibson card. Never thought you'd say that. Here's the pitch from Gibson to his counterpart, Stottlemyre, and that's a 1-8. A 1-8 with a 2. Stottlemyre gets a hold. He jumps on that fastball, and he returns the favor, except he does one better. 1 through 4 is a double. We rolled a 2, so it's a 1-out double for the pitcher, Mel Stottlemyre. Maybe he's thinking to himself, why the heck am I squeezing the first at-bat? I'm a hitter. So Stottlemyre is at second. 1 through 10 base runner. Base stealer. They will keep him close, so that's like holding him on. And here's Phil Lintz. Lintz is 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out to White at first. Here's the pitch to Lintz from Gibson, and that's a 4-10 off the Gibby card. 4-10, and that's a walk. So first and second now. With 1 out, does set up a double play possibility for the Cardinals. Coming to the plate for the Yankees is Bobby Richardson. The second baseman is 0 for 2. 1 for 2. He's struck out and singled. Was forced out in the fielder's choice by Maris. 3-6. Here's the pitch to Richardson. The Yankees try to add to their 1-run lead. That's a 6-10. 6-10 off the Gibson card. 6-10 ground ball to third. Possible double play as Ken Boyer is outstanding. 1 defender, and that's a 10. 1, 10, out 3, double play. 5-4-3, and the inning is over. Boyer fielded, and the Cardinals turn the double play as smooth as a cucumber. So Richardson bangs in to the pitcher's best friend, inning-ending double play, 5-4-3. Bottom of the 5th, 2-1 Yankees. When next the Yankees come up, it'll be Roger Maris. Kenny Boyer getting high fives all around in the Cardinal dugout. Gibson just looks at him, says, that's your job, with that glare. Gibson, no nonsense. Bob Gibson. Due up for the Cardinals, Maxville, Gibson, who singled, and Flood. Cardinals down by 1. They lead the series 1-0. This is game 2. Dal Maxville lined out to the leaping Kenny Boyer. Cleet Boyer, brother of Ken, at third for the Yankees. Here's the pitch to Maxville from Stottlemyre. And Mel deals Maxville a 2-3. What will it be? We shall see. Ground ball to second. Richardson knocks it down, picks it up. Plenty of time. Throws to Pepitone. 1 away. Now bring up Bob Gibson, who singled off his counterpart on the mound. Of course, Stottlemyre did him one better. He doubled. Stottlemyre. Let's see if they go breaking pitch, as Gibson was sitting dead red. Here's the pitch to Bob Gibson, and that's a 3-6. 3-6. Ground ball to short. Lintz fires to first, 2 down. So they challenge him again with a fastball, and Gibby was on it. He just hit it right at a hard 1-hopper to Lynch. So 2 outs, top of the order here in the bottom of the 5th. No one on. 2-1 Yankees. They'll bring up Curt Flood. The center fielder's 0 for 2. Grounded out to second, then banged into a double play. Stottlemyre picks up the sign from Howard. The pitch to Flood. 6-5 off the Stottlemyre card. Single! A 2-out single for Curt Flood. Keeps the inning alive for Lou Brock. And on deck, the man who hit the solo blast in the 4th, Bill White. Flood with very good speed, 1 through 16, but poor stealing. He's a D stealer with 2 outs. They will hold him on. So the +2 goes to with a -1 hold, goes to a +1. So he's 1 through 17. Brock's going to try to find a gap here. And maybe Flood can score from first. Brock's 2 for 2. Both singles. He was caught stealing to end the bottom of the 3rd. Here's the pitch from Stottlemyre to Brock, not with love, and that's a 3-5 off the Lou Brock card. 3-5 with a 20, and that's a double! It is a double to dead center. Maris isn't going to get there. It's going to hop off the wall. And with 2 outs, they will wave, float around all the way from first. He is a 1 through 17 base runner. So Brock doubles. They're waving, flood around again, 1 through 16, +2 for 2 outs, -1 for the hold. So 1 through 17. Here's the relay throw to the plate, and it's a 9! Brock has just knocked in the tying run. Curt Flood, who races all the way around from first base on the Brock double, and we have a tie ball game, 2-2. How do you do? So Lou Brock is now 3 for 3. The Cardinals fans rejoice. And Brock, a AA base stealer, stands at second. To steal third, he will not do it. So here's Bill White, 2-2 ball game. Cardinals have put up single runs in the 4th and now in the 5th. Chance to add another one. Speedy Lou Brock, 1 through 17. They'll keep him close. He's 1 through 18 now. And here's Billy White, 1 for 2. It was robbed of a double by Clete Boyer on a shot down the left field line. Leaping catch and had a solo homer. Chance to put the Cardinals ahead. Stottlemyre has a word with Howard. Howard back behind the plate. Squats down, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Bill White, who people think has a chance for an announcing career in the future. And that is a 2-8 off the White card. 2-8, swing and a miss. The side is retired. They got him with the breaking pitch. But the Cardinals tie it up on the 2-out double by Brock. Flood goes racing around the bases and scores. Top of the 6th, 2-2. How do you do? When next the Cardinals come up, it will be Kenny Boyer. Another great ball game here in St. Louis in our 64 retro replay of the World Series using Card&Dice Basic Strat-O-Matic. Due up for the Yankees to face Gibson now in a tie ball game. Maris, Mantle, and Howard, the heart of this 64 Yankee order. So here's Roger Maris to face Gibson. He's 0 for 2. He's popped out to second, reached on a fielder's choice, and scored along with Mantle on the 2 RBI single by Howard. He'd love to get that 1 column. Gibson wants to stay off that. The windup and the pitch from Gibson to Maris, and it's a 3-5. 3-5 off the Maris card. 3-5. Fly ball to center. He got under it. Didn't get enough of it. At the track, in front of the wall, Flood makes the catch. 1 down. Maris shakes his head a bit. Just missed his pitch. Here comes Mickey Mantle. Mantle, 1 for 2, a strikeout and a double. As I stated, scored a run. He has 3 doubles in 2 games. He'd like to lift one a little bit higher and put the Yankees ahead 3-2. Gibson and the Cardinals have other thoughts. Gibson nods his head. The big windup and pitch to Mantle. 6-7 off the Gibson card. 6-7 ground ball to second. And Max Dahlville, he's a 3 defender. That's a 20. I think this is going to be a re-roll. So a 3 and a 20 is re-roll the 20-sided die again. And that's a 2. And that's a single. So Mantle picks up his second hit as he mashes it past the diving Maxville into right. Go ahead run at first, and Mickey Mantle in his heyday had tremendous stealing and speed. He's still pretty decent as a runner, 1 through 14, but has C stealing ability. Here's Elston Howard. McCarver is a 3 defender as a catcher. That's -2, is C stealer. If they hold him on 1 through 9, they're not going to hold him on 1 through 11. Howard knocked in 2 runs with a single, 1 for 2. Gibson hopes to induce a double play ball. The windup and the pitch to Elston Howard, the Yankee catcher. That is a 4-3. What will it be off the Gibson card? 4-3. He jammed him, popped up right side. White calling for it, and he makes the catch. 2 down. Gibson came in high and tight, jammed him. So 2 outs. Mantle will be off on contact. Now they decide to hold him on. So he will be a 1 through 15 base runner as opposed to 1 through 16. Here's Joe Pepitone, 0 for 2. Can Pepitone break off to the other side? 28 homers in 64. 2-2 ball game. Go ahead, run at first. Here is the pitch from Gibson to Pepitone. That is a 5-11 off the Gibby card. 5-11 ground ball to first. White fields it, waves off Gibson, steps on the bag, and the side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 6th, tied at 2. Pepitone is 0 for 3. When next the Yankees come up, in the top of the 7th, Tom Tresh will lead things off. So another pitcher's duel here in St. Louis. 2-2 ball game. Cardinals lead the series 1-0 thanks to that 2-1 victory in the bottom of the 9th. Walk-off single, by Tim McCarver, aided by the error of Phil Lintz at short. Due up for the Cardinals to face Stottlemyre, Boyer, Grote, and Tim McCarver. Ken Boyer, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. The windup and the pitch from Stottlemyre. Boyer is dealt a 2-7. 2-7 ground ball to short. Lintz has it. Throws to Pepitone, 1 down. Now bring up Dick Grote. Cardinal shortstop's 0 for 2. Howard wiggles the fingers. Stottlemyre nods his head. He kicks and fires to Grote. 3-9 off the Grote card. 3-9, that's a walk. So good job by Grote. He works a walk. 1 through 10 base runner, D stealer. They're not holding him on. Hoping to turn 2. Here comes the hot-hitting Timmy McCarver. Hero of game 1, 2 for 2 with singles both times here in game 2. Lintz and Richardson pinch the middle. Stottlemyre nods his head. He rocks and fires towards the plate. 3-4 for Stottlemyre. And that's off the McCarver card. 3-4, and that's a single! Tim McCarver singles. He's 3 for 3. Unbelievable for Timmy McCarver. Grote, 1 through 10, goes station to station. So it's 90 feet and stop for Mr. Grote. First and second, 1 out. And now I'll bring up Mike Shannon, the right fielder, who's 0 for 2. He's flown out to right and grounded to Lintz at short. On deck is Dal Maxville. Stottlemyre has a word with Howard. Howard back behind the plate. Stottlemyre's ready. He deals to Shannon. 1-7 off the Shannon card. 1-7. Swing and a miss. He fools him with a breaking pitch. Curveball drops off the table. Great call by Howard. So 2 outs. And here's Dal Maxville. Bob Gibson's on deck. Will they walk the bases loaded? I think not. Runners will be off on contact. Here's the pitch to Maxville. Go ahead, run at second. The slow-footed Dick Grote, who now becomes... They're going to keep him close, so he's only a 1 through 11. Pitch homeward bound to Maxville from Stottlemyre. That's a 5-10 off the Stottlemyre card. 5-10. Ground ball to short. And Lintz. So it's a ground ball to Lintz. He's a 3, and that's an 18. And we have to roll the 20-sided die again. Oh, boy. Moment of truth once again for Lintz. And it's a 1! It is a 1! Gets past the dive of Phil Lintz. Runners advance 2 bases. The Cardinals go up as Grote comes racing around from second. 3-2. McCarver goes first to third. And the man with 26 at-bats and 64 has just knocked in his second RBI in the World Series. Unbelievable. Past the dive of Phil Lintz. Remember, Kubek is hurt. And it's 3-2 Cardinals in the bottom of the 6th. All started with that walk to Grote. McCarver stands at third. 2 outs. Maxville clapping his hands like a giddy schoolgirl at first. And here comes Bob Gibson, 1 for 2. Here's the pitch to Gibby. Stottlemyre deals Gibson a 3-6. Ground ball to short. Lintz has it. Throws to first, and the side is retired. Second time Gibson's grounded out to Lintz. But a clutch 2-out single by Maxville. Second RBI of the World Series. The Cardinals have now put up 1 run in the last 3 innings. They take the lead. 3-2. We go to the top of the 7th. When next the Cardinals come up, it'll be the top of the order, Curt Flood. Due up for the Yankees, Tresh, Boyer, and Stottlemyre. In reality, Stottlemyre went the distance. Might have to pinch hit for him, though. Cardinals hoping to take a 2-0 lead in the series. Tresh at the plate to face Bob Gibson. Gibson now with the lead. Gibson, in reality, went 8 innings, left the game down 1 run. 1 or 2 runs. I think it was 2 runs. And then the Yankees exploded in the top of the 9th, in reality. And they won the game. The Yankees actually won the game. I want to say it was 8-4. 8-3. But it was 4-2 going to the top of the 9th. The Yankees scored 4 runs in the top of the 9th. And that was off the Cardinals bullpen. So 3-2 here, Cardinals. Gibson deals to Tom Tresh, and that's a 3-5. Can Tresh get something going for the Yanks? 3-5, single! So Tresh starts off the inning with a single. Tying run at first. And Clete Boyer comes to the plate with Stottlemyre on deck. Stottlemyre's doubled. So Tresh at first. Clete Boyer at the plate. He's going to swing away. Cardinals hoping for a double play, and that's a 2-5 off the Boyer card. 2-5 and an 8. That is a deep fly ball to left, but not deep enough. Right at the wall, making the catch is Lou Brock. Oh boy, Boyer gave it a ride, but it just died at the wall. Would have been a 2-run homer. Again, a 2-5, a 1 or a 2 would have been a homer. We rolled an 8, so it's a deep fly out to left. And the Yankee dugout just moans and groans. They thought Boyer had it. Instead, that's out number 1. Decision time now. The only extra player the Yankees actually did use was Lopez, and he went in defensively to play for Mantle. So let's take a look at Lopez. He might just pinch hit, or we might go with Blanchard to pinch hit. He had a pinch hit single yesterday. We're going to take some liberties. Pedro Gonzalez batted .277. Hector Lopez .260 with 10 homers. And we're going to go with the guy they use as a defensive replacement, Hector Lopez, the man with .260 and 10 homers. And coming into pitch, because Stottlemyre did go the distance, we will use Al Downing, who pitched in Game 1 in reality, but we did not use him, as we went to Mickelson right off the bat. So Al Downing will come into pitch, and his batter card is a 2. So we're all on nuts. I got to find it. Yeah, so we got to grab a new batter card. We'll get that after. So Hector Lopez. Stottlemyre's day is done. He went 6. Down by 1, 3-2. He can only lose it, can't win it. And Al Downing will come in when next they pitch. Al Downing, who gave up Hank Aaron's home run to surpass, I believe it was Al Downing, to surpass the Bambino, the Sultan of Swat, Babe Ruth. All right, we got that set up. Let's find the hitter's pitcher cardy thingy. So he's a 2. Not that he's going to hit, but just in case, we'll just get it. And we got it. I was prepared, which is awesome sauce. All right. So Hector Lopez to pinch hit. With 1 out, the tying run at first and Tresh. Lopez represents the go-ahead run at the plate again. .260 with 10 homers. Clinton Parks is in the chat. Hope all is well. You back in the US of A. And Collectaholic, check out that wonderful card collecting channel. D. Scott Howard, friend to all. Check all those wonderful channels out. Good to see all my friends here at the ballpark in another wonderful game. Clinton Parks says, one of the top World Series played. Yeah, phenomenal. I was looking at it. I said, I'm going to play this basic strat. Now, I could have played it a lot of different ways. I want to play basic strat. So that's what we're doing. Here's Hector Lopez. Again, he came in the game defensively, so we're using him as a pinch hitter. And then it's on like Donkey Kong because that's it. That's the subs they use. Gibson's ready to work. He deals to the pinch hitter, Hector Lopez. And that's a 1-8. 1-8. Swing and a miss. Gibby blows the fastball by Lopez. Lopez, pinch hitter. He is out. So 2 outs. And that will bring up Phil Lintz, the shortstop, who is 0 for 2. He has walked. Tresh will be held on. So he only becomes a +1. 1 through 15. Gibson takes a peek. Now picks up the sign from McCarver. The windup and the pitch to Phil Lintz. Cardinals up 3-2, and that is a 3-5 off the Lintz card. 3-5, fly ball to center field. Going back a bit is Flood. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. Go to the bottom of the 7th, 3-2 Cardinals. Here in Game 2 of our 64 retro replay of the World Series using Card&Dice Basic Strat-O-Matic. When next the Yankees come up in the top of the 8th, it'll be Bobby Richardson. And so Lopez is done. Tresh's leadoff single goes for naught. So number 2, Lintz. Al Downing is on the mound for the Yankees. 13-8. Now, I know it says he's a starter, but they used him in relief, so we're using him in relief. 13-8 with a 3.47. And he will face Flood, Brock, and White. Kurt Flood, 1 for 3. Last hit was a single. He scored prior to that, a double play and a ground out. Here's the pitch from Downing to Flood, and it's not with love. And that's a 5-5 off the Downing card. 5-5 and a 4. That is a single to center. Had it been a 1, it would have been a double. So Flood picks up his second hit. He's at first. And here's Lou Brock. Brock is 3 for 3, 2 singles, a double in his last plate appearance, along with an RBI. Will he go 4 for 4 and show Al Downing the door? The windup and the pitch from Downing to Brock. That's a 1-8, a 1-8, and a 6. Line shot right at Joe Pepitone. Diving back to first is Flood. There's no one there, though, to throw to. So Brock hits it on the screws. Thought he was 4 for 4, but he hit it right at Big Joe Pepitone. So 1 out. And now bring up Bill White, Cardinal first baseman, 1 for 3, solo homer. Back in the 4th. He's also struck out and lined out. Tremendous play by Clete Boyer, the third baseman for the Yankees. Downing takes a deep breath. He rocks and deals to Billy White, and that is a 5-11, a 5-11 off the Downing card. 5-11, ground ball to first. The only play is to first, as White fields it, throws. As Pepitone fields it, throws to Downing, and they're 2 down. Advancing to second is Flood, as that was a ground ball C. So Flood's in scoring position. They will hold him close. It becomes a 1 through 17 base runner. And here's Ken Boyer. Boyer's had a tough first 2 games of this World Series in '64. He is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. 3-2 Cardinals. Boyer looking to smash one out of the ballpark here and give the Cardinals fans another thing to cheer for. The Cardinals have put up single runs in the 4th, 5th, and 6th. They'd love to do more in the 7th. Downing nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Kenny Boyer. 2-8. Boyer hoping for it to be great. 2-8. Swing and a miss. The side is retired. Boyer goes down via the K for the second time. Downing gives up a single, but then retires the next 3 Cardinals. We go to the top of the 8th. Cardinals 3, Yankees 2. Game 2 of our retro replay. 1964 World Series. When next the Cardinals come up, in the bottom of the 8th, it will be shortstop Dick Grote. Due up for the Yankees to face Bob Gibson, who's still back up on the bump. Richardson, Maris, and Mantle. Yankees down by 1. Bobby Richardson is 0 for 3. Bobby Richardson is 1 for 3. A single, a strikeout, and a double play. Richardson with 4 homers and 64. Here's the pitch from Gibby to Richardson. 1-8. 1-8 off the Richardson card. 1-8 and a 13. That's a double to the gap. No one's going to get to it. And by the time it comes back into the infield, Bobby Richardson, the tying run, stands at second base. Gibson, in reality, went 8 innings. And we'll stick with Gibby. 3-2. Though he did give up 25 homers. Then they went a third of an inning with 3 different pitchers. Barney Schultz, who pitched in Game 1, pitched a third. Then Goldie Richardson. Wasn't he a wide receiver for the Cowboys? Actually, it was Goldie Richards. And Roger Craig. So we can bring in Barney Schultz, who has a good ERA. Blew the save, got the win in Game 1, though. Do we want to bring in Barney Schultz? We're going to stick with Gibby to face Maris. Gave up 25 homers, though. This is a good Gibson. This isn't the dominant Gibson, though. So we do have the ability to bring in Barney Schultz. As Todd B says, 1974 Cardinals lead the 1982 Phillies 5-0 after 3 in Digital Diamond Baseball League. Playing and watching Al at the same time. That's Awesome sauce. Sports Time Machine, our good friend Mr. Utah Mike says, manager's too scared to pull Gibson. Well, this isn't the dominant Gibson. We have a chance to go to Schultz, and we will. We're going to go to Barney Schultz. Gibson's none too happy with it, but leadoff double, that's the day for Gibby. Gibby went 7 innings instead of 8. We go to Barney Schultz for an inning here. We're not going to go for a third. So Barney Schultz, who pitched 3 innings and got the win in game 1, will now come into pitch and try to keep that runner at second. The man who hit the leadoff double, Bobby Richardson. And his batter card is a 1. Not that it matters, but I think we have that all set anyway. Somewhere. We do. We just have to flip it over. We do. So here's Barney Schultz. He blew the save in game 1. Gibson can win it or get a no decision. He's responsible for Richardson at second. We just write Barney's name in. Schultz. All right. So Schultz done with his warm-up tosses. He'll face Roger Maris. Reason why we bring in Schultz, 1.65 earned run average and only 1 home run allowed. Here's the pitch to Roger Maris. Tying run at second. It's a 4-6 off the Schultz card. 4-6. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Maris. That's why we bring him in. Double check. 4-6. That's a K. A single was a 5. A ground ball to shortstop X was a 7. So Maris is down. Here's Mickey Mantle with Elston Howard on deck. We could walk him to set up the double play ball, but we're not going to do that. Mantle has hit 3 doubles in this series. He's 2 for 3 today. A double and a single. Scored a run. Mantle 35 home runs in 64. Schultz peeks over his shoulder. They're keeping Richardson close. Here's the pitch to Mickey Mantle. That's a 5-12 ground ball to short. Oh boy, that's a 2. I do not think that Grote makes this play. I think Mantle picks up his 3rd hit. And he does. And racing around from... So that's a 3 because Grote's a 3 defender and a 2. Racing around from second base, scoring the tying run is Bobby Richardson. Barney Schultz blows another save. And Mantle's now 3 for 4, and he's just knocked in a run. It's 3-3. Gibson is fuming on the bench. Fuming. So Richardson scores the leadoff double. Produces fruit. Mantle, the go-ahead run at first with 1 out. And here's Elston Howard. Gibson will get a no decision now. Barney blows his 2nd save in as many games. Howard, the Yankee catcher, is 1 for 3. Knocked in 2 runs back in the 4th with a single, scoring Maris and Mantle. Howard, 15 home runs in 64. Mantle, go-ahead run at first. Here's the pitch from Schultz to Elston Howard. That's a 6-8. 6-8 pop-up, foul territory, first base side. White going over, makes the catch, 2 down. 2nd time Howard's popped out to White. So Mantle will be held close. He goes from a 1 through 14 to a 1 through 15 base runner at first. Pepitone, who has not swung the bat well, hoping to find a gap or jack one out. 3-3 ball game, 2 outs. Mantle at first. Top of the 8th. Schultz, the man with the 1.65 earned run average, who's just blown his 2nd save, back up on the bump. He deals to Pepitone, and that's a 5-3. What will it be? Ground ball to first, and Billy White, who's an excellent fielder. White is a 1 defender, and that's a 16. This should end the inning. A 1 and a 16. White has it. Throws to Schultz covering the bag. Pepitone's frustration at the plate continue, and the side is retired. Scoring at home 3-1. But the clutch RBI single for Mickey Mantle, who's now 3 for 4, has tied the ball game up. 3-3, we go to the bottom of the 8th. And Gibson is still fuming on the bench. Tom Tresh will lead things off when next the Yankees come up in the top of the 9th. So it's coming down to the wire once again, folks. Once again. Here's Dick Groat. He'll be followed by McCarver and Shannon. Al Downing is on the mound and will stay on the mound for now. Mickelson is ready. The loser in game 1. Groat 0 for 2, walked his last time up and scored on the RBI single by Maxwell, who's knocked in 2 in this World Series. And let's just do this. The windup and the pitch from Downing. Groat is dealt a 6-8 off the Downing card. 6-8, strikeout. Breaking pitch. Swing and a miss. Downing has struck out 2. Downing's revved up for this, and here comes Tim McCarver, the hot-hitting Cardinal catcher, is 3 for 3, 3 singles, and he had the game-winning hit in game 1. Let's see what Downing does with the newest hero for the Cardinals, Tim Superman McCarver. Downing peers in, not impressed with the Cardinal catcher. He kicks and fires. That's a 4-11 to McCarver off the Downing card. 4-11, ground ball back to Downing. He throws the Pepitone 2 down. He just stares down McCarver. Scoring at home 1-3. So with 2 outs, base is empty. 3-3 ball game. Bottom of the 8th, Mike Shannon strides the plate. The Cardinal right fielder is 0 for 3. He has flown out, ground out, and struck out. He had 9 homers in 64. He has a clean homer on the 2 column, on the 10, and a split on the 9. Downing takes a deep breath, arms down to his chest. The windup and the pitch to Mike Shannon, and that's a 5-7 off the Downing card. 5-7, swing and a miss. The side is retired. Al Downing pumps his fist. He strikes out 2. He struck out 3 Cardinals overall. We go to the top of the 9th, knotted at 3. When the Cardinals come up in the bottom of the 9th, it'll be the youngster, Dahl Maxwell. And a pinch hitter for Barney Schultz. There we go. Due up for the Yankees, trying to push across the go-ahead run against Schultz. Tresh, Boyer, and a pinch hitter for Downing, so probably Mickelson coming in. Tresh is 2 for 3, a double, a ground out, and a single. Who was the other pitcher they used? Gordy Richardson. I don't know if I have him. Let's see if we have Gordy Richardson. And we have to look at the situation. You can't go with the exact. They were, starting to get blown out. Actually, I have him, and he's not bad. 4-2 with a 2.30. We will save him for extras. All right, just in case. So here's Tresh against Schultz. Schultz blows his second save again, but will he pick up his second win? The windup and the pitch to Tom Tresh. That's a 3-9 off the Tresh card. 3-9, ground ball. Shortstop, Groat backhands it. Fires low to White, who scoops it out of the dirt. 1 down. Now bring up Cleet Boyer. On deck as a pitcher, but most likely a pinch hitter. So Cleet Boyer is 0 for 3. Schultz picks up the sign. McCarver sets the target. Pitch to Cleet Boyer, brother of Ken. And that's a 5-10 off the Schultz card. 5-10, swing and a miss. Boyer struggles continue for the Yankees at the plate. 0 for 4 as Schultz showed Boyer the door. And now with 2 outs, the Yankees are going to go with a pinch hitter. Kubek was hurt. We'll use him last if we have to. Johnny Doc Blanchard had pinch hit single yesterday, 255, 7 homers. Pedro Gonzalez, 277, no homers. But I think we need a boom goes the ball. So it will be Johnny Doc Blanchard. And do we want to go to Pete Mickelson, who lost game 1, or Hal Reniff? Now remember, Stottlemyre went the distance, so we can take some liberties here. We used Downing because he pitched in game 1 in reality, but we didn't use him. I'm gonna go with Hal Reniff, the 3.13 ERA. So Hal Reniff and Mickelson are warming up in the pen. We'll make a decision there. Both allowed 3 home runs. So Johnny Doc Blanchard at the plate. Seven home runs. They're hoping he can turn back the hands at time to 1961 for him and boom one out. Reniff and Mickelson are ready in the Yankee pen. Top of the 9th, 2 outs, no one on. Schultz wants to make quick work of Blanchard. The windup and the pitch of Johnny Doc Blanchard. That's a 3-9 single. Johnny Doc Blanchard does it again. A pinch hit single for the Doc. The house call went well. So Blanchard pinch hits. In the 9th. And he singles. So Johnny Doc Blanchard singles off Schultz. Go ahead run. He's a 1 through 9 base runner. Kubek. Will they bring Kubek out? He says he can run. And again, that's just me making up stuff because I don't have all the players. It's Strat Basic with this card set. So you have to have some liberties. Kubek 1 through 14. Gonzalez 1 through 13, but he's the last guy who can hit. You gotta roll the dice here. No, Blanchard will stay in the run. If he gets a second, we will bring in the pinch runner. That's the way I'll look at it. Alrighty, here's the pitch to Phil Lentz, top of the order. Go ahead run at first, pinch hitter. Johnny Doc Blanchard, who's 2 for 2, 2 pinch hits, and 1 in game 1, 1 in game 2. Pitch homeward bound to Phil Lentz from Barney Schultz, who's pitching more like Barney Fife. And that is a 4-10 off the Schultz card. 4-10. This play will be for Tim McCarver. A 7 on the split. McCarver is a 3 defender as a catcher. We go to the basic fielding chart. A 3 and a 7. A dribbler out in front of the plate. McCarver throws the ball low. And White cannot corral it. It is an error on Tim McCarver, so the hero of Game 1 might have just become the GOAT of Game 2. Let's again check that. 3 and a 7. Safe at first, an error on the dribbler. So advancing to second is Blanchard, reaching on the E2 is Lentz. And now that Johnny Doc Blanchard goes out, and Tony Kubek will go in to pinch run. He is the go-ahead run at second. Blanchard 2 for 2 in the World Series. So Kubek will pinch run. Again, we're taking liberties because I don't have all the players. So Kubek will pinch run. Well, another outstanding ball game here. Yeah, no extra players on these teams. I have the 64 season. I bought it on Strat. You get every player on the PC, but I wanted to play Card and Dice. I got so many seasons during that sale. I probably got way too many. A bunch of seasons I'll never play, but I have them. It's good to know I have them. As W. Vog says, he's a Yankee fan. All right, moment of truth here. And it's Bobby Richardson. Richardson is 2 for 4. Strikeout, single, double play, and a double. He scored on the RBI single by Mantle. That tied the ball game in the 8th. So Lentz is at first. Kubek is at second, the pinch runner. And here's Bobby Richardson. Here's the pitch to Richardson. From Barney Schultz, that's a 4-3. What will it be? We shall see. 4-3, and he walks. The bases loaded. Barney Schultz pooping himself. The bases are juiced with 2 outs. He got the first 2 batters out. Then the pinch hit single by Blanchard. An error by McCarver. The Cardinals imploding. And a walk by Barney Schultz, pitching like Barney Fife. And now the Cardinals have seen enough of Barney Fife. Gotta save someone for extra innings. I don't want to pitch Roger. 3-2-5, that's not dreadful. So coming in from the pen, trying to save the day and keep it tied, is Gordon Richardson, who actually did pitch in this game, along with Barney Schultz and Roger Craig. So Schultz can lose it. He blew the save. Schultz pitched an inning in 2/3. And here comes Gordon, don't call me a fisherman, Richardson. As we have a tie ball game, bases juiced, 2 outs. Go ahead run at third in the pinch runner, Kubek. Roger Maris at the plate. No place to put the Roger. The only place Gordon wants to put him, back on the bench to get his glove to go back out to center. McCarver has a word after Richardson finishes his warm-up tosses. Now we're ready. Gordon looks in, nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Roger Maris. 2 outs, 3-3 ball game. Bases juiced, top of the 9th. And that is a 1-6 single by Maris. The Yankees take the lead. It's a single to center. So Kubek trots in from third. It's 4-3. Lentz is a 1-15 with 2 outs. You can't hold him on with bases loaded. So he's 1-17. They're going to wave him around. Here's the throw from Flood. And it's a 2, and he scores. The Yankees take. That error was a killer. They should have been out of the inning. And so, like Game 1 when Lentz made the error, it was now McCarver who's gone from hero to GOAT. So that's a 2 RBI single for Roger Maris. And the Yankees now have a 5-3 lead. As it's first and second. Richardson did not advance. He was a bit confused. So Kubek scores. Lentz scores. Richardson at second. 2 outs, and Maris at first. And here comes the Mickey Mantle. Mantle is 3 for 4. A strikeout, a double, scored, a single, and an RBI single. And the red die has jumped the shark at the most inappropriate time, but I see it. I refuse to bump my... I bumped my head anyway. God damn it. Lucky I had this headset on. So we averted a horrible Three Stooges moment. All right, here's Mantle trying to add more to the Yankee lead. Yankees lead 5-2. Here's the pitch to the mitt. from Richardson. That's a 1-5. That's not going to be bueno. 1-5. Actually, it's a hard hit ball. Diving stop by Dahl Maxfield from his knees. He throws to first, and the side is retired. Mantle smashed the ball. Great play by Dahl Maxfield. But the Yankees get 2 on the 2-out RBI on the single by Maris with 2 outs, knocking in 2 runners. And again, aided by an error, just like the Cardinals were aided by an error in Game 1 in the 9th. Five to 3, we go to the bottom of the 9th. The Yankees trying to tie this series at 1. We got some house cleaning to do here, folks. Al Downing was pinch hit for. We're going to go to Hal Reniff to try to save the day. Reniff 6-4. He's a relief pitcher. 3.13 earned run average. Allowed 3 home runs, struck out 38, walked 26. So Hal Reniff is the 3rd Yankee pitcher, and he wants 3 outs. Again, in reality, Stottlemyre went the distance. It's 5-3, and the Yankees won this game 8-3, so it's kind of close. That's kind of interesting. So Downing pitched 2 innings, and he's in line for the win because he's pitcher of record. Good job by Al Downing. Hal Reniff's in the game. He's going to face Maxfield, a pinch hitter, for Gordon Richardson, and then Flood. All right, we got some house cleaning here. So Mantle made the out. Maris flipped that. Flip that. Flip that. We got to get rid of Kubek. He's done. Reniff is a 1. Thank God we have that card out. And you don't want to hear it if you're a Yankee fan, but just in case, as we said, it'll be Elston Howard coming to the plate. All right, here's Dahl Maxfield. Maxfield's 1 for 3, knocked in his 2nd RBI to face Hal Reniff. The windup and the pitch to Maxfield. That's a 5-6 off the Reniff card. 5-6, strikeout! Yankees 2 outs away from evening this series. And here comes a pinch hitter for Gordon Richardson. A pinch hitter for Gordon Richardson. Who did they use? Try to stay sort of true to form. Carl Warwick or Charlie James. I have both those players. Let's see who's better. Charlie James, 223, 5 home runs. Carl Warwick, 259, 3 home runs. Carl Warwick will pinch hit. So it's Carl Warwick to pinch hit for Gordon Richardson with 1 out, bottom of the 9th, 5-3 lead Yankees. So Warwick, pinch hit in the 9th. On deck, Curt Flood. Flood has 2 hits. Reniff, again, takes a deep breath. The windup and the pitch to Carl Warwick, who batted .259 and 3 homers. And that's a 4-9 off the Reniff card. 4-9 and a 17. That's a single to center. A 1 through 4 would have been a double. We rolled a 17. So the pinch hitters are getting the job done for both teams. Warwick is at first, and he's a 1 through 13 base runner. So Warwick singles. Tying run comes to the plate in Curt Flood. Flood is 2 for 4. He's grounded out, banged into a double play, singled and scored a run, and singled again. Reniff peeks to first. Now he deals the flood. And that's a 1-6. A 1-6. Jammed and popped up. Shallow right going out. Richardson coming in. A hobbling Mickey Mantle. Richardson over the shoulder catch. 2 down. Nice play by Bobby Richardson. Actually, more than a nice play. A terrific play. Could have dropped in. So it comes down to their last out. Lou Brock, who is 3 for 4. He's hit the ball hard every time up. His last time up, he lined a shot right at Pepitone at first. Prior to that, 2 singles. Was caught stealing and then doubled in a run. He represents the tying run now. Warwick will be off on contact. They will hold him on. So he becomes a 1 through 14 base runner. Brock had 14 homers in 64. Reniff trying to close the door here. He will pick up the save. Downing will get the win. Here's the pitch to Brock. And that is a 4-7 ground ball to second base in Richardson. Richardson is a 1, and that's a 19. Basic fielding chart. 1, 19. Oh boy, roll the 20-sided die again. That's a 14. That ball game is over, folks. Richardson has it, throws to Pepitone, and the Yankees have tied the series up at 1. Great comeback for the 64 Yankees. They defeat the Cardinals 5-3. In reality, they won 8-3. The winning pitcher is Downing. The save goes to Reniff in his 1 inning of work. Stottlemyre, no decision. He got the win in reality. Bob Gibson gets the no decision. Schultz gets the loss. Once again, he blew the save, so he has a blown save and is the losing pitcher. And Richardson pitched a third of an inning. So the Yankees win 5-3 on the clutch 2-out single by Roger Maris, knocking in 2 runs to put the Yankees ahead. The error by Tim McCarver, who was the hero in Game 1, has now become the GOAT in Game 2. All right, so again, hopefully we get some nice views, some nice likes, another fun game. Hope everyone enjoyed it. And I'd like to thank Sports Time Machine. Butch Haber, a new member in the chat. Hope all is well. Butch Haber said, reissued is 2-sided for basic. Advanced and super advanced, I do not play super advanced. Neither do I. I play basic and advanced. So thank you, Butch, for stopping by. Thank you to Sports Time Machine, Mr. Utah Mike. Check out that channel. Remember, if you have not subscribed to my channel and you'd like to, please do so. And also to the friends of the community, the other channels. And there's many channels. Most of these people in the chats are content creators. Thank you to Todd B. As Todd says, good game. Thanks, Al. It's been fun. I enjoy this. W. Vogs 18, wonderful card collecting channel. Ken Castro, thank you. Collectaholics, another wonderful card collecting channel. D. Scott Howard, check him out. Clinton Parks. Hopefully you're back safe in America. Was training for his new job in Wales, I believe. Check out his wonderful baseball channel. Tremendous knowledge in our chat. I'm just scrolling up. Tribesfan879 doing his Minnesota Twins replay. Another wonderful member of our community and friend of the channel, friend of the community. I know Bobby Cantilano, she's the best. Got What's Blazing in Sports for all your boxing needs. I'm going to miss someone. I'm going to get mad because I'm scrolling up. And that's it. I know I missed somebody. I know we get them saying hello on the way in. Let me scroll down. And if I missed you, I apologize. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed yourself. If you're watching and you don't jump in the chat, that's fine too. But we have a very friendly chat and many moderators to keep things the way we want. So have no fear if you want. Jump in, have a chat. It's a lot of fun. Evengi Crosby. He says, it's not the Pirates, but I'll check in. You're a good doobie. Check out that wonderful channel, Evengi Crosby. Also, we got another new person, like I said, Butch Haber. So thank you very much, Butch. Butch says, so you only have 20 players, not 24 or more. Yes, 20 players on these sets. I bought all the old teams. I like the old teams. I believe there's only 20 players. Yeah. Who won the Tyson fight? You got to watch. I don't want to get too soon to give that away, my friend. It was a very good fight. I'll tell you. I'll if you want, I'll message you on your channel. I just don't want to say it out loud. It was a very good fight. I worked very hard in that fight, and it was very enjoyable. So, Glory Days Boxing, wonderful card and dice boxing game. And if check it out on where you can buy Payoff Pitch. And if you want a computer boxing game, a sim game, Title Bout Championship Boxing, $13. So, both wonderful games. All right, so thank you very much to everyone. Watch out for the curveball in the dirt. Yankees tie the series with 2 runs in the top of the 9th from Roger Maris. Losing pitcher for the Cardinals out of the pen. Barney Schultz blows his second save. Yesterday he got the win. Today he gets the loss, though. Winning pitcher out of the pen, Al Downing. The save goes to Hal Reniff. Stottlemyre and Gibson, the starters, get no decisions. So till next time, take care. Bye-bye. God bless. And you know it's coming, folks. You know it's coming. Peace!